Thank you so much for joining me. And like the title says, I have gone gray. And for those of you who know me personally, who keep in contact with me, I know this is a really big shock. So I felt it was time to have a little chat about my experience with going gray, why I chose to do it, and how long it took me to go through the process. If you don't know me and you're curious about going gray yourself, I'm Cynthia Greer, and I am a spiritualist who works at the in-depth level of the soul. I cover all aspects of life, and I give you insight into attaining true soul evolution and real connectedness with your higher self and thus the God force. And I do feel that grooming and skincare, hair care, all of that does play a very important role, because how we feel about ourselves is going to reflect how we view the outer world, how we treat other people, and we can have a positive or a negative effect on others. The choice really is ours when we break it down and we get real. So, if you like the content, please hit those like, subscribe, share, and notification bell. As I am self-funded, I am not partnered with anyone. My videos are, for the most part, cloaked because I don't have a big audience. So when you pass something along, there could be somebody struggling with cancer, treatments, disfigurement, all of the things that I have gone through and am still going through with knowledge to help others. And isn't that what it's all about? So here it goes. Okay. I am 9 months into going gray, and I am happier than I have ever been with my hair, because it is so healthy. I spent many years dyeing, which makes the hair porous. And my first big venture was into ginger from dark brown. And then from there I went Tahitian red, strawberry blondish, and then full blonde. And when I did that, my hair really took a beating and became quite thin. But I stayed that way for close to 12 years. And then, of course, when I got cancer, it fell out anyway. So I had to start all over from scratch, and I was going gray by that time. And growing up in a hair salon, that was taboo. I mean, you just didn't let the gray show. And so women either tinted back in the day, or they went all the way blonde to where it could blend. So gray blending isn't really a new thing. I watched my mother do that back in the 60s. And naturally, the natural course of life was that as my mother aged and went into preparing to cross over, she kept tinting her hair. And 3 weeks before she passed on and was rolled into the crematorium, she had a beautiful, thick head of curly brown hair with not one strand of gray showing, and all of the morticians were just in awe of how attractive she was and how she didn't look her age. And I thought, that's going to be me. I am going to be rolled into the crematorium with my ginger hair. Well, never say never. I mean, look at me now. And it's shocked so many people. I mean, some people don't like it. They think it's really aged me. But I am happy where I am at. And what gave me the idea to do it was not what I was seeing in social media. It wasn't a choice that was affected by what everyone else was doing. It came at a moment that was completely unexpected. I had just moved into this wonderful 55-plus community full of active people of all ages, and many of the women here tint their hair or they bleach it. I mean, we have a lot of 80-year-olds and 85-year-olds running around with copper hair, doing exercise, yoga, swimming. And so I wasn't influenced by anyone feeling that I had to do it to fit in or anything like that. I just was sitting on the floor on a cold autumn morning with tint on my hair, and I had restricted myself to this rather large bathroom that I have, and I was cold and uncomfortable, but I wasn't going to walk around in the apartment because I had brand new, beautiful beige carpet. I didn't want to get anything on it. And I said, why am I doing this? And I'm really not ginger-haired anymore. That really is not my personality. I've gone into a new cycle. My focus is going to be more on my art, pursuing some things that I'd always wanted to do when I was younger that I hadn't had the time to do. I really want to focus on my painting now and just enjoying life and participating more after all the cancer stuff and the doom and gloom and the heartbreak, And so 9 months ago, here I am. Was it hard to do? No, it wasn't, because I chose to do the big chop. I cut my hair short, and I kept cutting it so that I would get there quicker. Now, this is not something that I would suggest for someone else to do if they are attached to their long hair. But I had worn long hair for many years. I was tired of it, Short hair for me is easy. Having grown up in a hair salon, there is very little I have to do with it. And especially if you have thick, wavy hair like I do, and you get a good razor cut that is angled, I mean a little bit of styling gel or some leave-in conditioner, you're good to go. But it is a personal preference, and I do not believe people should do anything drastic if they are going to regret it in one moment of emotion. I think for me, I was leading up to this point because I'd had so many changes happening over the last 5.5 years of my life. And it was just a matter of timing. But I have had women a lot younger than me who have gone gray earlier that are showing their demarcation lines, and they're struggling with whether they should or shouldn't go gray. And I always tell them, if you're not comfortable, don't do it. Give yourself time. If you never want to do it, that's fine too. Truthfully, I would have never, or could have never, imagined my mother or my aunt with gray hair. But my cousin and I both took this route, and we personally are very happy with it. So, whatever you choose to do it from the heart. And remember that your choices that you make that come from the heart, when you really feel that you should do something, that is truly part of divine healing. And when you are on that path of divine healing, you will have many experiences. Some will be very dark. Some will be very sorrowful. But always remember this, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a reason you are having that experience, and you're going to come out of it with knowledge that you never would have imagined that you could acquire in this lifetime. So on that note, I wish you great love, many blessings, and if you are choosing the gray journey and you are not growing out evenly and you feel a little mismatched, there is nothing wrong with going to a stylist and getting some help along with it. So, wishing you peace and love, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye for now.